to the weekly roundup on SA Footballer TV with
Darcy Evans
and Tommy Javor. Thanks to the Portland Hotel, our favourite hotel, and all our great sponsors that you see behind us. They, without them, this show wouldn't operate. And we are doing Division 5, Round 12 review and Round 13 preview. Darcy, where are we going first?
We're starting at Hectorville. So Hectorville took Elizabeth, 12, better do the match centre, 12, 13, 12, 90 to 5, 4, 35. So a big win there to Hectorville. Was probably no surprise there.
No, we predicted it. Hectorville were top, Elizabeth were ninth.
Yep,
about what you'd expect.
Yeah, absolutely. So goal kickers for Hectorville was Sawball with 5, Hoskins with 2, individuals 2, or gee whiz, probably 7 8 other players there. And best players Leek, Sawball obviously with his bag of 5, Richie, Hoskins, Fitcher, and Densley. For Elizabeth, it was just Jay Shepherd with the double, and better players were Thomp, Trent Greenshields and Jay Hall. A big hello as well to Zach Stevenson, who kicked one for Hectorville, watches the show each week and has asked for the link to show the Hectorville boys. So well done Hectorville, sitting top, watching SA Footballer TV. Your life is good. We wish you every success for the rest of the year. Next one we're going to look at is CBC Old Collegians and Pulteney. Oh yeah, CBC.
Tell them about it, mate.
12-7-99 to Pulteney 9-6-60. So again, no surprise there. CBC may have probably won to win by a few more than that because Pulteney haven't won a game yet, so won the one game. But
for CBC, with Bowden and Pickering and Builder all kicked 3, and they had 3 players kicking singles, while Williams, McDonald and Builder were their better players for Pulteney, mate.
Curry, yeah, we've got Curry with 3, Ace come in with his 2, Sampson with 2, then individuals just a freaking Brody, all named, there's only 2 of them. Best players Barris, Gurnett, Kimber, Curry and Cleveland. So none, oh yeah, Curry got in there with his 3 goals there. So
so before that round it was 6th versus 10th. It's about what you'd expect. Pulteney have had a crack, but not good enough in the end. Our next one, I'll tell you, it's an upset because Greenacres was sitting 8th and Rosewater was sitting 5th, but Rosewater have dropped plenty of games where you expect them to win. We call them the schizophrenic team. They're very good against the top teams.
But the Steamboat were pretty annoyed last week and got the boys on the track, but obviously again we thought, well, they'll come up after the week lost the week before. So
yep, and it wasn't good reading. So it was Greenacres 16, 15, 111, Rosewater 14, 14, 98. For Rosewater first, it was huge Johnson Schroeder and Williams with 3, Reardon kicked 2, a host of singles, whilst for and better players were Page, Birch and Jacobson. So the diff must have gone back to centre back.
He did, and for the Greenacres got Smith with 4, Clark ran Tasser, just love saying that name like Bruce McAvain does with other names, Little with 3, Fishook with 2, and individuals to 3 other players. Then best players Smith, obviously with his goals, 4 goals, Rawlings, Taylor, Smith and McNeil.
Yes, and that one really has opened the door. Rosewood have left the door open for CBC to maybe make a late charge. Probably CBC not doing enough at this stage to suggest they'll play finals, but you leave the door open, and that door was also left open for Glenunga, but they travelled to, they were hosting Blackfriars at home. Blackfriars of course sitting 2nd, and they started well Glenunga. They had a quarter time lead, but in the second quarter Blackfriars just came out and went, 9 goals to 2, and were too good in the end and just increased their lead at every change to finish 20 goals 13, 133, Glenunga 11, 15, 81.
So Sandy Croc, the goal kicks for Blackfriars, Sandy Croc with 3, Rivet with 3, Sandy Croc, he's got to be leading the goal scorers shortly because you love saying his name, Hillman with 3, Martin with 3, P. Vo with 2.
Fox Vu is his actual name.
Is it?
Yep.
Fox Vu?
Yep.
And Hillman with 2, and individuals with 3 other players. Then best players was Brincat, Fechner, Rivet, Lilio, and
Murphy. Yes, no, good to see the big cat, Matt Brincat there, best on ground, big fan of the show as well. And Froggy Rivet, first time I've seen him in the, get it? Froggy Rivet. First time I've seen him in the best players this year.
He's the new producer smiling at me.
So I actually work with his brother. So his brother says he's a much better footballer, but for some reason his quick football still waxes his legs. But whatever, each to their own. Metrosexuality is a thing. For Glenunga, Chad Burke's having a great year. He was best on ground with 5, or best for Glenunga with 5. Roberts kicked 3 singles. Fuminoak was also very good, as was Henke. And we had, I reckon it was our game of the round because they were sitting 3rd and 4th, and it's the rematch of the Division 6 Grand Final. We tipped, I don't know, were you here last night?
Yeah, yep, tipped Lockleys.
Well, we did it on a Sunday night, that's why I'm a bit confused. We tipped Lockleys, we didn't expect to win by this much, so 21 goals, 11, 137. They smashed Smithfield, 9, 12, 66. Just when we thought Smithfield were getting their season back on track. Too much left to too few for Smithfield because it was Webber kicking 6, Ashby kicking 2, Marshall was the only other goal. You can't have 3 goal kickers and expect to win a game. Weber rightfully best, along with Tao Graham. That's Q Graham. I assume that's the former Central Districts boy. So that's a big in. I didn't know he was playing from. Norton and a Robbie Abdullah, the former boy from Central United, who I played on the weekend.
Then for Lockleys, Ascoli with 5, Narcy's with 4, McDonald with 2, Micken with 2, Patton with 2. Gee whiz, they're spreading around a bit. Boas with 2, then individuals to 4 other players. Then best players was Martinello.
He's having a good season, isn't he?
He's a Martinello, yeah. And his finished part boy, but Grundy wants to go back with his mates at Lockleys. Boas, Murphy, Trinowden and McMahon.
Yep. And I know Shawnee Crow's gone overseas, one of their midfielders, so funny how people do that in mid-footy season, but whatever. So they've covered that loss, no worries, and looks like a big season for Lockleys. And just looking at the ladder, they sit third, behind only Hectorville and Blackfriars, both on 10 and 2. Smithfield 9 percentage points, that's crucial, and 1 game behind Lockleys, so you'd think the top 3 may be set. CBC with that win have moved into the 5. I told you they opened the door, and CBC have swam through it like a dolphin.
Still 2 games behind Smithfield, so
look, I think you like that one, did you? I think the most we can hope for, CBC can hope for, is just to get into the finals. If they can do plenty of damage. Yeah, so with Pulteney and Elizabeth, I don't expect to win too many more games, so these top teams will beat them. But you know what? The door is also still ajar for Glenunga. They're only 2 games outside the 5. They'll just have dreams of playing finals, and Greenacres, but who not consistent enough for me.
That's it. We'll just quickly go to the goal kickers. I'm presuming
this one's still a little bit open. Yeah, Chatty Burke 52. Yep. Of course, the Glenunga small, diminutive little Glenunga star. Scotty Weber from Smithfield on 44. Joel H 39 from Pulteney. And Rantassa from Greenacres on 36, Hillman on 34. So, yeah, that one's still open, but I think Chatty Burke's been having a great year. Yeah, probably from here we'll win the goal kicking. Well, that's got to be going around. Let's start at the top, mate.
Elizabeth and Glenunga.
Elizabeth sitting 9th, Glenunga sitting 7th. I must win. They've got to go out to Argana Park, ignore the dark clouds and get a win, Glenunga. If they're for real, they'll do it.
Yep.
Leasy will have them ready and firing. Glenunga for mine.
Must win. If they don't, they're in all sorts of trouble. Won't make 5, but the only chance they've got is this week to win. Agree.
Yep.
Glenunga for me. Hectorville and Rosewater. Will be at Rosewater.
At Eric
Sutton Oval. It is. So we have
Hectorville at top, Rosewater out.
Yeah, Hectorville, definitely. No, Hectorville for me, having a great season.
I'll tip.
Known that.
Now last week, it's in another division, I tipped 2 huge upsets and I got 1 right, and the other one I was wrong by 2 points. It's huge upset time from Tommy. Rosewater will lift for this at home. They're outside the 5. You can't leave it till later, boys. Yeah. If you think you're a premiership team, as I thought you were, and certainly if you think you're a finals team, you need to beat Hectorville this week. And our local boys just down the road at Rosewater will get the job done. Trust me.
I'm going for Hectorville.
No, fair enough, they're top.
Easy way out.
Yeah.
Pulteney and Greenacres.
Battle of the cellar dwellers, 10th versus 8th. Pulteney at home. Can they get their 2nd win of the year? No.
No, I don't think so either. Agree. Greenacres for me.
That's our match of the round. I'll leave that one. Smithfield and Lockleys. Now this one has got finals connotations on it, really, doesn't it? Smithfield and CBC, pardon me. It's 4th versus 5th, and if CBC don't win this, they could be right out the 5 from whence they came if one upset comes to fruition. Smithfield at home for mine. Yeah,
I'm Smithfield at home too. Hard to beat out there. Have come off a big loss last week to Lockleys, so I'm thinking they're going to bounce back, but it'd take on a lower form of CBC.
Now, our game of the round, yeah, it's a good reason why it's game of the round. Blackfriars sit 2nd on 10 and 2. Lockleys sit 3rd on 9 and 3. Both teams, Blackfriars would be disappointed they didn't make the grand final last year. Lockleys did make a grand final and have adjusted to this division nicely. Toss of a coin job for me.
I'm going for Lockleys. With a soft spot for Lockleys, only reason.
We'll take Blackfriars at home. Matt Brinkat to once again dominate the ruck, give the on-ballers first use. 1 kick, you're down at full forward. Should be enough to get the likes of Hillman and those types enough usage to kick goals. So I'm going Blackfriars in what will be a fantastic game.
Absolutely will be.
You ever been to St Dominic's Oval?
Never, no.
Okay, I'm not sure why I asked, I was just curious.
No, just there's something about it, it's just tilted or...
It's very small. Thanks for watching the Div 5 Weekly Roundup. We'll be back next week.
See you later.